come up with another acronym which just simply makes it easier, which is an acronym for the word solid. Be a solid person. So solid is made up of 5 letters, and it gives us, those 5 letters are an acronym for the 5 key features that we can all work on in building our leadership capacity, instead of being a victim of circumstances, or a product of circumstances, or a bystander, or just being swept along, that you can control your destiny and you lead the way with your unique strengths and for discovering your personal mission statement. And all these 5 lessons we learn from Moses, the leader, the visionary, as we discussed earlier about his role in building this great and holy temple, which is also Shchanti B'Seichem, building the temple within each of us. We need the Moses, the vision and wisdom of Moses in doing so. So what are the 5 solid? So we'll go through solid. The S will go for solutions. The O in solid, opportunity. The L will be long-term picture. The I is influencer, and the D is direction and destination. These are the 5 elements that every one of us as a leader can learn from Moses. So let's start with number 1, S, solutions. A leader sees solutions where other people see problems. So someone say, oy vey, what can we do? We're stuck. A leader will look for the solution. He may not see it immediately, but he's looking for the solution. He's never consumed and never distracted by the problem. You see this, for example, a commander-in-chief during war, God forbid, or other challenges. Others will retreat, others will get paralyzed, others will just freeze. A leader looks for solutions in every given situation. Okay. Which means that when you see a situation and you see it as a problem, you don't get flustered or frazzled. And what you do is you say, how do we deal with this problem? How can we find a way through this? That's number 1. The next is opportunity. Wherever or others see a difficulty, a leader sees an opportunity. Now this is distinct from the first one. The first one is about solutions and problems. Opportunity goes even further. That when you see a difficulty, instead of us saying, okay, let's get through the difficulty and find a solution, we actually turn the difficulty, the liability, into an asset. Number 3 is the long term. A leader thinks about the long term, not the short term. That's what a leader does. You never get distracted by the small picture. You never get distracted by the small steps, because those are all frames in a big film. Think of it that way. And to just look at this frame and say, I have it figured out. No, you don't have it figured out. There's a wide horizon. A leader looks at the big picture, the bird's eye view, long term. So we have here so far S for solutions instead of problems, O, opportunities instead of difficulties, long term instead of short term. And of course they all feed into each other. Long term. Number 4 is the I. A leader is an influencer. In life, you will either be an influencer or you will be influenced. There's no third option. The person who says, I'm a bystander, I'm not being influenced, I'm not influencing, that's usually being influenced. You're just not being influenced directly, it's indirectly. Like the guy that said, I used to think I'm indecisive, now I'm not so sure. Straddling the fence and not making a move, as they say, the greatest risk is not taking any risk. So this idea of being an influencer is what a leader does. He influences. Wherever he or she goes, he leaves an impact, or she leaves an impact on the people or the place. That's a leader. They're initiating and therefore influencing, which is an unbelievable lesson in life, because when you think about it, even on a small level, whether you go to work or you have a difficult day at home or whatever it may be, stop for a moment and say to yourself, am I influenced or am I being influenced? And when you think as an influencer, you become far more accountable to yourself and far more motivated and more pride to actually do what you have to do to fulfill your potential in influencing. And finally, the D for destination. For destination, or direction toward the destination. A leader thinks the end in mind, as I mentioned. Not just long term, but the end is an end product. And the end is the destination. Where are we leading? Where is this all heading? Where's my life heading? Where's my family heading? Where's everything I do heading toward? So a non-leader thinks in terms of, where am I in the middle of my journey? How do I make it another day, next day, and so on? Again, thinking for the moment, not the destination. A leader thinks of the destination. So there you have it. You have the solid. That makes the S for solutions, opportunities, long-term, influence, and destination. That creates a solid human being, the way we were always meant to be.